are going to see about SAP kernel and spam and stain. This will be very interesting for you guys to know. And this is a very important activity that any basis guys will be doing. Okay, the beginning stage you will be given more activities like SAP kernel uh, and the other upgrade process. Okay, so you need to sometimes you will be doing in every 6 months or maybe every 3 or 4 months we will be doing the kernel upgrade. Okay, so you need to know more kernel, specific kernel and where it is located. Okay, so SAP kernel is something like, as you said, it is the main core of the SAP application. Okay, so if the kernel is not it's not up and running, and definitely doesn't mean that the SAP application is already running. Okay, so the kernels are just a binary. Okay, they are just the binaries uh, that are collectively packed and delivered by SAP themselves. Okay. So the SAP, what they'll do is they will release the kernel patches maybe in every once in every 6 months or once in every 3 months. If at all they found any binaries or any bugs that are being identified, or if some customers, like just like us, if there is some other customer who were using SAP, if they identified a bug, they'll report it to SAP. So SAP will create a bug fix for that particular binary, and they will be sending it to the next batch. Okay. So where to find those binaries? Okay. The binaries are already available in SAP Marketplace. Okay, that is something called SAP Marketplace, or they call it as SMB also. It's colloquially called as SMB as well. SAP Marketplace. Okay. So SAP Marketplace, go and Google, you can easily find it. Okay. You don't need to remember all those things, but it is very easy to find. There is something called sapsupport.com, and another one is called saplaunchpad.com. Okay, this is the latest version. HTTPS, this launchpad.com is the latest version. And this is a very old one. Since I mean, when we joined GLT, we were using this support.sap.com to download the binary, but it is possible to have it downloaded from support one as well. So this is the latest one to download the binaries and upgrade or update patches or whatever. Okay, and this is also the place where we can do this. Okay, let's see. Okay, there is no big difference except for the display. Okay, I'll show you both the pages. Support.sap.com. It will be asking for the user ID and the password. Since I have access for a very frequently, I created a SAP passport, so it is asking the passport number or the certificate. Okay, so I'm just giving that. Okay, so this is one, and another one is HTTP is Launchpad. So the Launchpad of support okay, so it is just the GUI difference, not nothing much. Okay, here also you can do the whatever all the activities that you can do it here, and that the same can be done here as well. Okay, so here everything will be in the Fiori tile. We call it as tile. This is a tile. This is a tile. My product is a tile. So everything will be displayed in a tile manner. Okay, it will be shown in a tiles here, which is the latest one. SAP Fiori is another excellent product developed by SAP to give the GUI in a very attractive, in a very easily accessible manner. Okay, so this itself is developed by SAP using SAP Fiori tool. Okay, SAP Fiori product. Okay, and the backend of this site is SAP HANA. Okay, they are using their own product for showcasing or for any for all the customers to access it any for any purposes. Okay, so you can just go through this for any information about it. But anyway, if you click any of these links, you will be asked for user ID password. So unless you get those ones, it is no use navigating these things. But you need to know about it. Okay. So this is where you download any kernels or even SAP products also you can download. Okay. So go to SAP software loader. If you click it, see it is going to the latest. Okay. Launchpad.com/software center. Okay. In the software center, you can choose which product you are going to install or which kernel you are going to download. Okay. So here, since we are discussing about the kernel, I'm just trying to show you the kernel, the location of the kernel. Okay. So kernel is something similar to all the SAP components, almost it's similar. Okay. Say for example, I'm going to update the kernel version or update or upgrade the kernel version of app 753. Okay, 753. Okay, so SAP ABAP 753. So I have to find out the location where this SAP ABAP NetWeaver is there. Okay, so you can go by alphabetical index search or by category or any way it is possible. Okay. So since I'm going to download the support package or patches, I'm going here. Okay. Suppose if I am installing a new product, then I have to click this one, install and upgrade. Okay, go here, SAP NetWeaver, for example here, N. Okay. SAP NetWeaver. NetWeaver 7.5. This is the latest version 7.5. Installation and upgrade. You have to choose the operating system. On which operating system you are going to install the new SAP application, and what is the database. Okay, so these are all the binaries that we will use to install an SAP application server. Okay, say for example, I am freshly installing the system, which means I have to come over here. I have to choose the operating system and the database, and then I have to choose whichever is relevant over here. Okay, so let's not go here because we are going to do a kernel update, not the installation. Okay, for that you have to go to support packages and patches, alphabetical index, or you can go by SAP product as well, by category also it is possible. Okay. Here also you can go and find SAP NetWeaver where it is. Everywhere it is there, but the easiest way would be the alphabetical index. SAP NetWeaver. Okay. So here you have application server Java, application server ABAP, whichever. Okay, as ABAP, as Java, or whichever is the relevant, go there. And whichever the version that you are going to choose. Okay. Say for example, what I have is, say for example, this 753. Okay, so even in 753, we can go to the next patch level, or I can go to the another next level, 714, 773. There is one thing called 773. I'm not sure whether it is displayed here. Okay, fine. 753. Let me choose 753. We have to choose the operating system. Okay. So here you can see showing only IGS. Unicode. Okay. So this is the location of SAP kernel 753 64-bit Unicode. Okay. So let me describe the process, actual process, how you have to work for the kernel upgrade. Okay. So this is the goal. You have to upgrade the kernel version of this. Okay. So first is identify the operating system version. Identify the latest kernel version, and we always have to go by n minus 1 method. N minus 1 method. Okay. N refers to the latest version, latest kernel version. Okay, and you have to go one version just behind that. The reason being why we are always recommending to go by n minus 1 is since many customers are using the SAP kernel, they will be identifying the bugs if they have anything. Okay, so those bugs will be informed to SAP, and SAP will be constantly working on fixing those issues, even still now. Okay, so that is the reason we always recommend, or even SAP recommends to go by the n minus 1 method. Okay. Yes, we have to identify the n minus 1 version. Okay, and then go to SAP Service Marketplace, download the kernel. Okay, when I say the kernel, it refers to two things. Okay, one is DB dependent kernel and DB independent kernel. Okay, you have to download both the things. We need both the things, DB dependent as well as DB independent. Both are necessary for the SAP application server to run. Okay, I will show you a few things. Okay, or just hold on. Let me connect to the system. I am connected to the sandbox system to show you what are those two files. Okay. So if I want to identify the kernel version, I can use the command this plus work. Okay. So this plus work is the command to identify the current version of the kernel system, the kernel one. Okay. So 771 is the version that is currently being installed, and the patch level is 300. Okay, so if I want to upgrade, I should go for about 300, and I have to download it same from the marketplace here. Okay, I have to choose the kernel version more than this. Okay. So here I have to choose the operating system, and first I have to choose the database independent one. Okay, that database independent. If you just come down, you can find something like this. Okay, SAP exe, this one. Okay, this is called database. All the things are database independent only, but the kernel it refers to this one. SAP exe this one. Okay, so it will be something like SAP exe underscore patch number arbitrary number. Okay, some other number will be there. I think it's a beta release number. Exe patch. Okay, what? The same. See, you can also find SAP exe 700 also is there. 602 is also is there. Okay, so it is all relevant to this application server ABAP. As ABAP was as ABAP 7.53. Okay, since I'm going for the latest one, I'm just choosing this one. Okay, 800 I'm choosing, and you have to choose the DB binaries as well. Since we have HANA database, I'm going for this. If you have Sybase, Oracle, MaxDB, IBM DB2, whatever, whichever the relevant database that you are using, you have to choose this. Okay, you have to choose two files. Okay, two things you have to choose. Okay, since you choose this one, SAP exe 800 and iPhone something is there, you have to choose the same DB binary as well. Okay, you should not do mix and match. Whatever version the DB dependent file you are downloading, if it is SAP exe underscore 800, you have to choose the same DB dependent file as well. Okay, this one. You should not choose this one. Choose the same thing. Is it clear, guys? This is very important because if you download the wrong version or wrong SAP DBXT, the system will not come up. So you have to choose the right version. Okay, identify the operating system that you are using. Identify the latest kernel version one. Let's take it as N. You should go for N-1 method. Okay, go to SAP Service Marketplace. Download both the kernels like DB dependent and DB independent. Both will be available here. Okay, download it and you have to uncar it. What is this called? Uncar. Uncar the binary. So to stop the SAP system, you have to stop the SAP system before you switch, okay? And then you have to switch the kernel.
Hello?
Yeah?
Arun, your voice is lacking in between.
Okay. I'll try to speak a little bit louder, okay? So you guys are clear with this point, right? You have to go to the service marketplace. You have to download the DB dependent and DB independent kernel file. Okay, those will be in .star system archive extension. Okay, so you have to download both DB and independent DB dependent and DB independent file. You have to uncar the binary, stop the system, and you have to switch the kernel. Okay, after you switch the kernel, you have to bring up the system.
Okay, and what you told about the uncar?
I'll show you. Okay. See, there is a tool called SAP Car. Let's take an ALTR, SAP Car. This tool is very important one. Important one in the sense this is used to uncar or unzip. Uncar is something called unzip. In technical term, the normal term, layman term used to call it as unzipping. Okay, the files are clubbed together into a single file. You will be unzipping, right? You use WinRAR or WinZip to unzip a zipped file, right? So similarly, in SAP terms, we call it as carring or uncarring. Okay, so that will be done using this SAP tool, SAP car. Okay. See, there are two files here. SAP EXE DB300. That's all. This is DB dependent
and independent.
This DB independent. Okay. I will show you how to uncar these two files in a separate folder, not in the current folder. Okay. So I am into this directory. You have to create a directory and put these two files over there. Then you have to uncar it and you have to switch it. Okay. So as I said, SAP car is a tool used to uncar these binary files. Okay. Let me show you. You have to do SAP uncar for these two files itself. Okay. So let me first uncar this EXE-DB. That is DB dependent file. Okay. Minus XVF. Okay. SAP car -XVF is the command. X is what is called extract. Extract. Okay. V is called verbose and F is called something force or files or something like that. Okay. You don't need to know all this extension file, but just I'm saying it for your reference. Okay. So if I give EXE-DB, these are all the files that are uncarred now. Okay. It contains all the DB relevant library files, and there is something. These are all you didn't know about all these things, but just this is relevant. This is all relevant for the DB functionality. DB relevant functional work will be taken care by these files. Okay. So how many files are extracted? 16 files are extracted. So similarly, we have to uncar the DB independent file as well. If you see, DB independent file will be much bigger because it contains almost all the binaries. Okay, almost all the binaries. So it contains 149 files. The previous one got almost 16 or something else. So these many files are downloaded. These many files are extracted now. Okay. You have to run this command using SID-ADM only. Okay. You should not run it using URID or with the root or something else. Okay. You have to run this with SID-ADM only. Only then the permissions will be set properly. Okay. So you have to uncar the binary as I said here. Uncar the binaries using SAP car tool. Okay. You have to stop the system and you have to switch the kernel. Okay. Stop the system, you know, stop tab command or SAP command will be used. Stop tab command.
Arun, please write the command also for SAP car.
Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay. So back to yeah, come on.
But Arun, I have one question that how we will have to choose that which kernel version we have to unzip, whether dependent or independent.
You have to do both.
Okay, but the command is you have written. It is not mentioned that which version you are unpacking.
Okay. I'll do one thing.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Here, stop the system is stop command. You already know that SAP control is another command that we use to stop or start SAP system. Okay, how to switch the kernel? That is a question. Okay, how to switch the kernel? So, just clearly observe what I'm doing. Okay, cd.exe. I'm going to the binary path. Okay, which is this one. Okay, then I am going to this path. Then this is Linux x86_64. This is the location where the kernels are currently running. Okay, so I have to create a separate folder, and then I have to copy, say for example, test or whatever it is. Okay, test or whatever it is, and then inside the test folder, I have copied both the binaries of DB dependent and DB independent file. I'll uncar it, and then I'll stop the system. I'll rename this one as old. Okay, I will rename this as old, and this as test should be renamed as this one, Linux x86 86_64. So after I fix the kernel, okay, I'll make it clear. Okay, go to this part. AD. Make a folder or make a directory. M or test, whatever it is. The DB dependent and independent file inside folder. Okay. This is uncar both the files. You have to uncar both the files. Okay. After uncarring, stop system. After stopping, what you have to do is you have to rename this one. Okay, that is rename this one old or old, whatever. Similarly, see here there was one kernel upgrade done on this date. On 23/3/2021, 2021, there is a kernel upgrade. Okay, so they followed a naming convention like .old, or you can put the current date. Okay, rename this folder and then rename test folder to this one. Very important. This renaming is very important. If you miss one X here, system will not come up. Okay, so you should be very careful. This is called switching the kernel. Okay, this is called switching the kernel. Okay, you create a temporary folder, you uncar both the files using SAP